Hi everyone, it's Ayesha from God FM, and I want to talk about the water today. Bill Gates has announced that there's some big thing happening on the 4th of July 2026 where water is going to become pretty much like gold. Bill Gates, you should always listen to Bill Gates. Because whatever he says is usually true. This guy creates the problems and then talks about the problems he's creating or will create and makes predictions that usually come true. So if water is going to be a commodity that we can't all have and it's going to become so valuable, then we are going to have problems with everything. Okay? So it doesn't matter if you don't like me. It doesn't matter if you think I'm crazy. This is coming for you. Alright? It's coming for all of us. And you need to sit up and listen. And you need to wake up. Okay? Water is essential for growing food, for feeding the animals, for us. And I don't know who suggested that these people can own all the water and trade it and buy it and sell it and rule over us like tyrants, take everything that we need, including animals and food, and turn it into a commodity that is being used against the people. Now we need food. And we need water. We do. These guys are making sure that we're not going to have any of those. But also, people are not created to live in confines of tiny houses, share houses, and live hand to mouth. This working all your life nonsense, 9 to 5, for the blood-drinking psychopath child eaters, which is what it is. Get your facts right. The only reason you're working your guts out is to support the child-eating, blood-drinking psychopath trafficking of people, blood, minds, souls, bodies, children, and stealing everything that is yours. Because this doesn't belong to them. The water doesn't belong to them. The air doesn't belong to them. The land doesn't belong to them. I'd like them to prove it does, because it doesn't belong to them. I have just as much right to the water and the land and the air and anything else I want to make claim to as anyone else. And there was a video on TikTok today about the resets and all the mental asylums. And yeah, they put all the people who objected to the reset in the mental asylums, if you haven't figured it out. And yes, we had superpowers. And yes, those superpowers should be coming back, but they've calcified your pineal gland and done lots of different things as well. Really, we should be able to communicate with the animals. We're only using a tiny fraction of our brains. So the rest is dormant. But if it's activated, I just love to see what happens with people once that's activated. How do we get rid of the pineal's calcification? Find something that gets to open it. Got to find something. Just like mold has mold cleaner, we need something to decalcify our minds. It's actually becoming urgent that we use our brains. I don't know if you're getting this. I was walking down the town earlier and I was thinking, they must think it's funny actually, that they've dumbed us all down by doing stuff to the food and the water. And we've just become like a little bunch of slaves, and they've taken everything from us. And not only have they taken everything, they want to control every element of your life, track you, follow you, watch you, listen to you. With AI, and AI is a pedophile type mentality app. AI is demonic. It's if you look at Alexa, it wants to look up little children's skirts and see what knickers they have on. Okay, so this thing is not our friend, and this thing's taken over. The whole of AI as a structure is really, really powerful and very strange and dangerous. It's an area we are not familiar with. The dangers of it, we certainly have no comprehension. Just like we have no comprehension of God. We also don't have the full comprehension of who we are. The ether, the mind, the body, the biometrics. We're electrical beings, and connected up to Earth in the right way, we'd be able to communicate with the Earth and all the animals. So this is a call. We need to do something to wake ourselves up, to open the pineal. This is actually now urgent. If anyone's got any ideas. If we open our pineal glands, then I think we'll have the superpowers back. What are the superpowers? Well, striking lightning with your hands, walking on water, moving time, moving space, making the rain stop, communicating without opening your mouth, being able to contact people across the world with your mind, being able to see what's happening in other parts of the world without going there. So there was a lady on TikTok who was trying to explain it. This remote viewing is quite well known. It's very possible. We can all do it, by the way. We can all do remote viewing. We just haven't been trained in it. This is the government. They know what they're doing. Water is essential. They're using all the water for the data centers. So, to give you an idea, when they set up a data center, you're talking about 5 towns around are affected, not able to have water. And the data centers have a precedent over water to human beings and animals. So the more they go ahead with the water, the more this is going to be a problem. The more they connect everything to electricity, the more the grid's connected to AI, the more water they need. I don't know if you're getting it. The data centers are a harvesting of people's minds. This is why there's always the hush-hush. They don't want you talking about it. And no one's got any paperwork for it, allowing the data centers to be constructed, buying of the land, taking the water. There's just very little said about it. That doesn't mean it's less dangerous. It just means that people are not aware of it. But it's happening very fast. Agenda 2030 is now Agenda 27. We've got 6 months to get our gear together. Yes, I'm a minister for Jesus Christ, and I serve the Lord, and I believe that the Lord is with us. But we have to unite, and we have to start waking up. Otherwise, I'm fighting the rest of the world on my own here. I need everyone else to be on the same page, really, as me. And, stop looking at me like I'm a crazy person. I'm not crazy. What I'm speaking about is real world facts But these are things that are going to affect everyday people. It doesn't matter what religion you are. It doesn't really matter whether you believe in God or not. This is happening. And it is about God. And it's all prophesied in the Bible. In the Bible, the Revelation tells me that the devil goes after us with a flood. So this is using the water. We're made of water. And I'm a targeted individual. And what this is putting weird stuff in your body. Being gassed every day. Having nano put into your water. Being sprayed like bugs. Having weird stuff put in the food as well. This is happening to us all at different levels. And it's going to affect us all in different ways. But you need to wake up. So the scientists and any people that we have had working in favor of a solution for us as a people have been killed off or put into mental asylums or put away into jail, accused of doing something they haven't done. This is pretty big stuff. And you know, the thing that's interesting is it doesn't affect us right now. So it doesn't seem like it's that urgent, you see. But it is becoming quite urgent because these data centers are springing up everywhere. And people are objecting to it, but the government just go ahead with it anyway. There's so many things happening, and it's all happening real fast. We are going very fast into a Matrix type Terminator existence where you'll own nothing and you'll eat bugs because there won't be any water. Now, water is something trees need. And we need trees because we need the oxygen that they produce. Also think about the fact that water is something that we poo and wee into. And water is holy and quite valuable, in my opinion anyway. It should be holy. And then it's being recycled and we're drinking it and eating it again. Yeah? From my opinion, you should not be flushing your poo and wee down the loo. I believe that all the tunnels and everything that they say are sewers is an old transport system. But anyway, I want to talk to you about something that happened yesterday. I had a piece of the wall collapse due to mold, and I'd filled it, but the builder had taken it all down because he was going to fill it with board, but he hadn't got the board in and he hadn't put it back properly yet. So basically I had an exposed wall, and all I can say is there was lots of gassing from this area. My hands went all stiff and sore. And I don't know how this is operated, but there's something going on anyway. So I got some mold spray and I sprayed all of this area, and then I went back to bed to have a snooze. And I had amazing dreams after that. And I thought, I wonder if the mold killer opens the pineal gland. Anyway, just something I noticed. So, I don't know. But mold killers are, toxic stuff, and You don't want to be breathing it in. But I'm wondering if mold is connected to whatever they're calcifying our minds with. Have you noticed that EMF is a creator of mold? So is that connected with the parasites and the nano and the AI and the grid and the hive mind? I don't know. I think so. Is it part of a grid system? Is it a central nervous connection that is a grid of people? An internet of bodies using mold? In the Bible, mold was a problem, and often you just pull the building down. But a lot of people are affected by mold. They say mold is very bad for you. But what I've noticed is that EMF really increases mold. The other thing is all of the technology that causes the Havana syndrome. It's all to do with mold and nano and stuff in the water. So, whatever we're breathing in affects our reality, because the nostrils go behind the eyes to, it's like a screen that creates your reality. It's your perspective. And this is like a projector. And so if we're breathing nano into the nostrils, it goes up behind the pineal gland and behind the eyes, and this part is what is controlling your nervous system as well. So if you're a targeted individual, then what they're getting is they're getting you to breathe in something that's constructing inside the back of your brain. So the solution is be careful what you're breathing. These guys have got no qualms about taking you over. This is the beast system. This is an evil system. I, for one, wish I was never born. I hate being here. I hate Earth. I hate this place. And I've told God the same. It's a horrible place. It's awful. It's so sick and evil. I hate it. The fact that people can break into people's houses, create things to cause a fire under their cooker, cause their boiler to leak, so they've got gas leaks in the house, water leaks, putting animal guts all over the house. I've got people who put stuff around the front of my house, so I've got flies. And they come in and put stuff on the rugs, and I've had to throw several rugs away. And I live by myself, so, it's not really, I'm not eating in my entrance. I've got stuff all over the walls, gooey, sticky stuff. It's like yellow, hard, sticky stuff, which I can't get off without industrial cleaner. And I don't eat upstairs. And it's always in the bathroom and in the bedroom. And this, I believe, is like a nano sticky stuff they put everywhere. There's also a fluff, I've noticed, all over the floors. There's always this white fluff. And when you get it on your hands, it's actually really hard to get it off your hands. It wants to stay on your hands. And I think this is nano too. This nano stuff. And there's always stuff in the sink. Even though I clean out, it's like, looks like hairs with little white string bits always. I'm like, this isn't right. Don't know what this is, but anyway. Basically, I've worked out that just me, I'm not the only one. So I've had problems with my WhatsApp. I can't make phone calls. I can't phone out or receive calls on WhatsApp. But, there was someone else I know that was saying they can't either. And then in the telephone shop, I was telling them I had problems with WhatsApp, and Could I have a new SIM card kind of thing. Then there was another guy who walked in and he was having problems with WhatsApp. So it's quite a big problem. Phones can be hacked very easily. And anybody who tells me differently, I feel like coming up and smacking you in the face. Because I'm so sick and tired of having my phone completely taken over by child eaters. And that's what it is. Like I say, I wish I was never born. I hate this place. Wish God would delete the day he made me. I don't see the point in existing here. We're not free. We're slaves. But we're not slaves. We're worse than slaves. We are going to be reaching the point where we'll be eating our own children soon. And we'll be choosing to do it. Because there won't be any water, and there won't be any animals, and there won't be any food. Because Bill Gates has decided this is what will happen. I want to ask, who decided that Bill Gates owns everything? As far as I'm concerned, I'd like to give Bill Gates a run for his money. Because I think I have more right to anything than anyone else. Certainly that's in charge. Because I'm a real child of God. I've got proof of it too. I'd like them to prove their ownership of the water, the air, and the land, and the sky, and the seas. Because I've got proof I own it. Have they got proof they own it? I've got proof that not only do I own it, but all my brothers and sisters as well. So I want my land. And I don't consent. And if you don't consent, then come and join me. Because if you are not careful, we're not going to have water, we're not going to have food, and we're not going to have any land. And we're being kind of locked in. This is the game I have worked out. This is like the Hunger Games, where anybody who doesn't comply becomes a participant in a game of destruction of their life by neighbors, by anybody that joins in with the narrative of destroying you. And they get paid. And then they all pretend this isn't happening. But it is happening. And so then it's a case of fight or flight full time. Not only that, there's no one to help you. And for this, I wish I was never born. I don't see the point in being here. I know what's happening to me and to many others. And I've had enough. I don't see the point in being here. We're all working to support the people that are running the show. And they're all paedophiles and blood drinkers and psychopaths. And they're all inverted. All our pop stars and movie stars are inverted. They are fallen angels. The leaders of the world are fallen angels. In fact, all of the movies contain repeats of the same scenes again and again. So then I think to myself, well, how big is this place called Earth? Is it a mirage? Has my whole life been controlled since I was born? I think so. Were my parents really my parents? I don't think so. Why do people think that they've got the right to watch me and stalk me in my home? I don't give them permission. But is there some unwritten code or something that has given them permission? You tell me, I don't know. But these people seem to think that they've got the right to break into my home, meddle with things, fuck with every part of my life, excuse the French, and get away with it. By the way, did you know when they're playing their loud music, this is to shield the EMF frequencies of them cooking you alive, basically. Did you know that? This is a game. This is the Hunger Games. And this is a pretty horrible fucking place, if you ask me. It's alright if you work at Tesco and you haven't woken up. You're not going to know about this stuff, but I know about it. And I think it's a horrible place, this place called Earth. I didn't ask to participate in the fucking Hunger Games, thank you. And what really makes me cross is the way the police deny that this is happening. Well, I can tell you, I've got people who bang on my door. I've got a little piece of cable that I tie around my door, which is like a gate into my yard. And every time I tie this little bit of cable round, it's broken in the morning. So this means that somebody's coming down the steps into the hallway, you know, and breaking this. Not only this, when my workman was here, he was very kindly fixing things in the house, and there was a USB stick which had been left on our step while he was working here. So somebody is so confident that they come here and leave a little USB stick in my property. Like I say, these people have got no morals. I've had a fire in my cooker that could have killed me because of these people. This is what we're dealing with, because it's people have lost their minds. Literally, they're MK Ultra'd. They are mind controlled. They are taken over. And this is about anybody that has freedom, independence, or anything where they're happy. They go after them to destroy them, like in the Hunger Games. Except this is the real life of all targeted individuals, but it's coming for everyone. It doesn't matter whether you believe me or not. It's coming for you anyway. What can we do about it? Well, if you sit back and do nothing, you won't have to do anything, because they'll just take over everything that you own. And they'll be taking your children soon, because they're building all the orphanages again. Why would they be planning to take the children? Would you like to know why? I'll tell you why. In the last reset, what they did is they took all the old people and put them in mental asylums. They took the children and put them in orphanages. Then they had the incubator fairs and the world fairs. So they took the children of the people, and the stories of this already confirm this. The children from the orphan trains weren't taken from their parents because their parents were bad parents. Their parents were put in mental asylums because they knew what was happening and they opposed the reset. Last time. So, this isn't that long ago. This is 1776, which actually was 753, which is the year that Jesus died, because that's when the year system commenced. And they added 100 years onto it. And then they claimed they founded the buildings, which were there already. And then they claimed that we built these buildings in a few weeks. We had a mud flood as well. They're trying to do something like this again. And the only thing that's stopping this from happening is the fact that we're waking up. But I do think there's more to our minds than we currently have working as an infrastructure. And I think that we could open the pineal. But we don't have any scientists working in our favor to help us. We also don't have any scientists who can check what's in our water or in the air, who know what they're doing. But I can tell you that there's nano in the water. Not only does it construct and grow the length of an arm in 5 seconds when activated by the lights, it reproduces and has millions and millions of babies, little eggs, which also grow the length of an arm in 5 seconds and creates its own neural pathway and connection around your body. This is the internet of bodies. It's also the Ethernet. The Ethernet is the internet, by the way. The Ethernet is the ether, which is the 5th element, which connects with God, because it is the bread. Be read. It's God's penis, pen is, and she is the sheet of paper, and ether, ether. And we need to eat the ether. The ether is the energy that connects every element. So if you do some research, you will find that ether is an integral part of every element that operates around us. And it also affects our reality. There was a video I watched just now on TikTok. A piece of glass on the table, little bit of wire touching the glass, and the glass disappeared. Couldn't see it. So, just to give you an idea, the frequency and sound can really affect what is visible. This also means that fallen angels and all this and things of different dimensions and realities can also come in and out of our realities using frequencies. Have you noticed that when aliens abduct people, the radio always goes, but also aliens, if you like, can walk through walls and they can pick up people through the roof. This is because it's all frequency based. And aliens are demons. So we're in a funny time at the moment, and we need to try and open the pineal now. It's not a case of, oh, it's interesting, wouldn't it be nice? No, now it's essential that we start working on opening our pineal and doing things like telekinesis, remote viewing, opening our minds, and also hugging the trees, connecting with the earth. I believe that animals can understand us. They would be able to understand us if they had not had their pineals calcified. This has been happening for a while, and it's happened across the board on animals, people, and plants and trees. The earth vibrates at a certain frequency and it has its own heartbeat. We also have our own heartbeats. Animals have a heartbeat. If you listen to the sound of dolphins and then listen to the sound of birds, it is actually the same sound, but the bird sound has been sped up. The same with monkeys. So all animals communicate at different variations of the same frequency, just like us. So we can communicate with the animals if we could open and activate this part of our brain. And it's that I think is the most important and urgent part of our retaliation and take back of what is ours. All right. It's Ayesha from God FM, and if you want to find me, you can find me on Podbean, Spotify, Amazon, Samsung, Chrome, YouTube, Apple, X, as well as TikTok and Telegram as God FM News, God FM New, God FM Radio, God FM Group, and God FM Media. We need to try and do something. And fast. We've got 6 months. All right. Have a good day. Take care.